Ryan Winkle is back, guys.
Yeah. Woo! Let's go.
I just want to get caught up with you. Like, You've been a busy bee, nonstop, and I want to know what's going on.
So, just to let you know, I guess things are changing. I think you've interviewed my wife at this point.
Yep.
And her and I have kind of ventured off into the world of construction and development and remodeling. I think she talked to you already about the affordable housing and all that stuff like that.
Amazing programs.
Great project. And then my second idea was that I wanted to get out of the nonprofit world. I love nonprofits. I've been doing it my whole life, but at some point you have to fill your own cup before you can fill everybody else's. Mm-hmm. So instead of just throwing all my money at nonprofits and communities and small business, all these things, I was like, man, I got to actually save money. Mm-hmm. 46 now, I got to have savings one day. I have kids. They need to have college, funds or whatever. So that's when I was like, I have two plans. One is make money today, which is our Casa Nova Development. Then one is make money digitally tomorrow, which is the Mac Search Visibility Pro, which is the Google Business Profile work.
Which you're really good at.
Yeah, you'll even see on your account.
Also, you have to fact check me on this, but I think it was Warren Buffett that said, save now so you can help more people tomorrow.
Yes.
So,
well, I don't know if that was him, but that's a true statement. Either way.
Okay, but I know I already talked to Kika about this stuff. However, I want you to expand on it just a tad, because I just think it's so cool. And the fact that really people don't know that there are these programs that they can qualify for to get things fixed in the house, to renovate their house, to maybe afford a house that they, traditionally wouldn't be able to apply for.
Yeah. There's down payment plans. Down payment programs that have a plan where, let's say you go and you go through this training for, how do you save money? How do you plan money? And usually you're paired with a coach. And then they'll find you a match for whatever you save. So even one of the programs I went through when I went to college a long time ago was kind of a smaller version of it. But if I had a job and I saved $5,000, they would find an up to 6 times match to go to college, right? But they do this for down payments for houses too, for people who credit qualify, income qualify, stuff like that, Right.
But how do our people find that?
You really have to sniff it out, especially nowadays with the current federal government and government. They've kind of canceled out a lot of those programs. Mm-hmm. There's the idea that they're just reforming them into something different, maybe a little more, I think you can check it better or verify it better. Or they're just trying to get rid of it because it's a cost, right, that they don't want to have to deal with over time. Mm-hmm. My personal belief is that if you putting money into the community, you have less crime, you have less problems that go with it later, right? And so I believe in putting it in the community first because, it's been proven that works.
Yeah.
People that have a house don't commit crimes generally, because they have somewhere to go home and it's somewhere to live and it's comfortable,
Yeah. For as long as I've known you, you've always been about the community.
Right.
Always.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Always. And I've known you a long time. But I want these programs to be known. And I know that, like you said, things change depending on who's in office, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. But how do we help them find, do we say, okay, Mesa people need to look to their Mesa website?
Yes. Yes. The answer to that is yes. And because the city has programs, the county has programs, which is like a step higher in government, so Maricopa County, right, or any of the other counties. The state has programs and federal government has programs. All of them work separately and together. So then a lot of them also will fund like a nonprofit like UMOM or a New Leaf or, Raza Development or any of these other groups that do financing for low, moderate income census tract housing or people. Mm-hmm. So it's really hard to say I wish there was a one-stop resource for all. So,
but they need to advocate for themselves.
Correct.
And then also find the resources through where they live. So if you're in Mesa, Tempe, whatever that is, I guess get familiar with your website.
I always say for everyone to be a good neighbor in a neighborhood, you have to do a couple different things. One is know who your most local representatives are. So that's like your city council person, maybe your legislator, maybe your county supervisor. But these are all people, if you have a problem with your code and they say, oh, your grass is overgrown, you need to get that, or it's going to cost $1,000, right? You call your city council member. They're not high levels of government, but they can at least say, hey, let's slow that down so they can not be in trouble. So know to that person, right? 2, I would always say go and know your neighbors, your immediate neighbors. Because for me, my house has never been robbed. I've never been a big person on like locking it or anything. My address is all over the internet. You know, it's easy to find my place, you know, but it's because my neighbors know me and they see a car coming into my driveway. They call and they're like, hey, is that black truck supposed to be there? And I'm like, yeah, they're fine, you know, whatever. But because of that, right? And then the third one is like volunteer at something that you like. Because if you're a person who likes to volunteer and not just like, oh, I want to feed the homeless, because people do that and they get burnt out in one day because it's just sad and it's, you know, oh, it stunk or like hot. I'm depressed or it's hot. Yeah, all those different things. So like, let's say you're into housing. You join the board of UMOM or, you know, Trellis or any of these other places. And now you are all of a sudden exposed to those programs, how to use them, and you have a big audience. So now you can say, hey, I know that UMOM offers these things, and most of that's around women, right? And so they have a lot of great resources, and all your audience would never know about that if you weren't working with them, right?
Right, right. Which we did just reconnect with them because I used to be part of the UMOM like projects through the AMA when I was still in property management. But Terry Bridges, our new COO, I love him. We all love him. Have you guys met him?
Yeah, I just
He's
did.
just a ball of
He just
energy.
recommended a good sandwich place.
Yes, he's so I've known Terry for a long time, just big heart, and now he's our COO. But one of the first things he did for us was to reconnect us to UMOM. So as a team, we went and toured it. I told Kika to come back with us. We're probably gonna sponsor the gala, because it's nice to find an organization like that has it together.
Right,
and
they're their CEO right before the current one. She's doing a lot of work right now with housing also, but at the state level. Because I went with her and there was this project where they got these school districts, and they figured out school districts have land, so where are you going to put affordable housing? Neighborhoods don't want it, but schools need it. So she's like, let's go to talk to every city and we'll get pilot projects. And I went with her to the Mesa one to get that one. So that one was one. The Phoenix one, she's working hard, Right. So that program brings a lot of good people out.
Yeah, I know. I definitely want to learn more. We toured it. There were some amazing people. I love that the people that worked there once used to be,
Right.
a homeless person that they were able to help. That was really powerful. But you're gonna have to cut this because I can't remember what I'm saying. I'm gonna clap myself in, okay? I'm just kidding. The fact that they don't separate families, that's
huge.
It's just you don't remove the father, you don't remove the dog. They're already going through a lot. So the fact that they're able to do that, I think is just that's why they're one of my favorites.
Right.
That's so thoughtful.
Powerful, right?
Yeah.
And it affects lives because same thing, there's a group called Arrowette, and they are taking women who are getting out of prison and for the year prior, training them in a job. So when they got out, they probably already had a job, which is very hard once you're in prison, right? Mm-hmm. And so I've done a bunch of work with them, and I'm surprised that someone's like, oh yeah, I was in for 14 years and I did this, and now I'm the manager or whatever of this thing. And I'm like, wow, this is an awesome program, right? Mm-hmm.
Justin, we're going to I'm telling you right now, we either have a co-hosting thing where I bring you back, or I'm just going to keep bringing you back. Because having you here, it's like an educational moment, not just for me, but for anyone that's going to listen to this. But for now, I want to ask you, since you've been in you ran for office, all the things in Arizona right now, 2025, right? True to your core, heart, soul, who do you think are some of the power players in our community that does things from their heart and that we all should kind of watch and know because they truly do, impact our community, our lives, and we don't even know it?
That's kind of that's a hard question. And the reason why I say that is because there's
so many.
Yeah, no, there's multiple styles of coming from your heart, right?
Yeah.
So there's the power players, political power players. And they might not have a lot of the money or whatever, but they have the ability to make a decision, right? Then there's the money power players. And so TSMC, for example, they're bringing billions into...
Just FYI, I'm going to tag them all on here, so go ahead.
So TSMC they're bringing billions, it's the chip manufacturer, right? They have basically building a whole city in Glendale, a city within a city. So they have the ability to be a power player very easily. If you look at the quasi-governmentals like SRP, APS, CAP, that's water, right? and water will be the future wars for everything, right?
And I do see them sponsoring a lot of things.
Yeah, they do. But at the same time, some people are like, wow, they're only sponsoring like safe things. Because then you look at these groups like Mass Lib, which is one of my personal favorite organizations. Very controversial, very vocal.
Never heard of it.
Protesting, that kind of thing. But they do get things done from a ground up level for people who are very downtrodden and already hurting, Then there's little organizations that are nonprofits that you probably support a lot of them. Like what's Ronnie's?
There's so many.
Yeah, there's just a ton of them, right? And so when you say who are the power players, I'm like, well, I could name, whatever. Like you could be a power player because you have a big reach, right? And people listen to you and they want to come to your events. If you say, oh, I could be a power player, but that's only because they know, oh, well, Ryan has access to this, that, and whoever that person I need, I'm sure you can get me in touch with them, Mm-hmm. So the power comes in different ways.
Right. No, I get that. But because when I had you the last time, I was like, oh my God, like I didn't even know half the people he mentioned, in office because I don't pay attention. And I guess I should at some point.
It depends. It depends on what your ultimate goals are, right?
Yeah, but it's just like, I think it's important to know what's out there, right? Like the mayor in Scottsdale, what's her name?
I don't know if she's got elected, but I remember just before.
Yeah, because we just had joined like the chamber.
Okay.
And she had presented, and yeah, she was like amazing. I've seen her twice, like presenting. But that's being with you, going to that, I realized, wow, I really don't pay attention. I sort of live in a bubble.
Yeah.
But I want to use this platform to help them.
Yeah.
And be empowered to know when they have issues, concerns, that they have the ability to go somewhere to somebody.
Right. Well, especially for you, you have circles of your community that intersect, right? Mm-hmm. So you're part of the Asian community. You're part of the Filipino community within the Asian community. You're part of the, the legal community, the medical community, the chiropractic community, all these communities, and then they intersect in certain places. Mm-hmm. And all those places, I guarantee at some point, like, oh, who should I call that knows this? And you're probably the one that knows the majority of the people. It's like, oh, I'll call Christina. I'll call
That's
Christina now.
That's why you call Christina now, exactly, not later.
Call now.
But okay, fine. That was a loaded question.
Right.
But I mean, in the years that you've been doing this, is there one specific person that's impacted you? And I know there's a lot, but like you got to give me some names.
Okay. People who impacted me that like did something
in our community. Yeah, that people should know about.
Yeah.
Like they should be sitting here. So
okay.
So
you're saying you want some new interview.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah.
No, actually, we're so excited. We have a few amazing people lined up. We've always had amazing people, and it's just cool to like be able to use the platform to help. Like we're about to have someone from a Frenchie rescue.
Yeah.
I was like excited for that.
That's gonna be cool,
because
right?
I'm a Frenchie lover.
Yeah,
I have three. I have three, y'all. I was only supposed to bring one more, and then I brought two more. And Kevin didn't know. And Danella was helping me. We brought Eloise because he ended up finding out about her only to bring Henry. And you should have seen him. He's like, absolutely not. Yeah. But he's there. We love him. So anyway. But yeah.
After the rescue episode.
I'm telling you.
They're going to bring one in. They're bringing one in.
Yeah. But like even Kika, when I talked to her, I'm like, what? Because I told her, I'm like, hey, I want to manifest that since Casa Nova has the ability to build, also get grants and do this, like I want to see more cooling, what is that called?
Cooling centers. Yeah.
Or even like where a displaced person can feel like a person for, whatever, like go somewhere where it's nice, it's clean. There's no mobile things. Yeah. I've seen that
showers and stuff.
Yeah, like where it's like, you just let them feel like a person again. Like,
cities don't allow the mobile feeding or the mobile showers anymore. They try to kick them out everywhere. So there's quite a few cities who are at war with the people who are doing that. And that's kind of like that. When I told you about Mass Lib, that's that whole crowd, right? So they're into what they're called more mutual aid. So back in the day, when you had a neighborhood, you didn't know who to call really. So you'd be like, hey neighbor, like I really need this. I have this problem. And then you'd kind of get together and you'd help each other. Right. And that's kind of coming back to that now. Cause I think people have lost a lot of faith in like a larger organization coming down and saying, yes, let me take care of that for you. Now they're like, you know what? Like, I
And
got to
we're
do
all
this
more
myself.
hands-on,
Yeah.
too.
Let me just talk to my friends or my community, you know? I mean, a good example and a recent example was your experience with the pageant, right? So I've been going to that for, oh my gosh, like since 2016.
We'll need a whole other episode for
Yeah.
a pageant, but go on.
But yeah, so like if you look at like Marie Cunning, Ethel Lazario, like all the Manong, you know, those that time, they've been doing this for so long, right? And that was probably the best one I've ever seen. I mean, the most entertaining, the most like on time, you know, everything. And it was still just such a like huge performance. Like that book. Did you see that book?
Oh, did I? We have
That thing's like this thick, right? And I'm like,
You're welcome,
to
y'all.
print that. I know.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you to your dad. Thank you to all the sponsors.
That, yeah. And we were like, man, this book is like
Thank you, Ryan.
a yellow pages in itself, you know? So just for that alone was work, you know? Everything that had to do with that was that work.
Right.
So people like those two. This is, I think, the biggest thing that I think about local heroes is that everyone thinks that, oh, like you're a hero overnight. You're not. You just got recognized overnight, you know, because you probably have been doing work for 20 years.
Right.
And finally someone's like, you know what? That person is a really good person, you know? Like if you look at, like, you know, Jim Shee. He's been doing stuff forever. He was like one of the original founders of the Asian Chamber.
No,
right?
I don't know him. I need to know.
He's
I do.
Yeah, you
I
know
have a
him. You know
picture
him.
with him. I hugged him.
And so,
He hugged
anyways,
me.
yeah, he's calls himself the Chino Bandito because he's Chinese and Mexican.
Yeah.
But anyway, so him and his wife.
I met him through you.
Yeah, and his wife was in the concentration camps, the Japanese concentration camps or internment camps, right? And so they're like that old, where they were doing stuff back then, and just now they gave him a street name in Phoenix, and he's like so old. So what, 50 years, and he finally gets recognition? You know what I mean?
Dude, that's gonna be us, okay?
I know, yeah,
But
right.
you know, and it's okay because obviously, like, you know, our life is for us to share with others and our
Right.
talents and help out or whatever. But it is true what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because like Marie Cunning and like Ethel,
Charmel, all those people, you know.
and obviously like I'm new to the
Fleur,
community.
Marcy, yeah, all of them.
Because before the pageant, really, I only knew you, Flor, Iman, Marian, and I knew of them. But and I was saying, like, out of the pageant, it was nice that I was able to meet so many people I had known just through my sponsorships.
Right, right.
And now, like, I got to shake their hand or hug them or put a face to, you know, to the name.
Yeah.
So that, because it's a huge community.
Right.
So that the pageant gave me that for sure.
Right. Well, and not only that, for me going to that, I was happy because normally we were seeing the same people every year in these pageants, but the last couple of years, we finally got a lot of new faces and
Right.
new kind of influences, which is nice, you know?
Yeah.
So you know Asia, right?
Yes.
She's been involved. I've known her and some of the other young ladies like since they were literally like girls like this big, you know? So they've been involved since that time, you know?
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome. But I met her when I had met Maureen back in the day.
Oh, right,
too.
right. Yeah.
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 But it's, and
Yeah, Maureen actually and I hosted like one of the first Filipino events, whatever.
that's crazy. Well, this pageant was crazy because there was 12. Last time, I think they had 6.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
And it was like kind of like heavy hitters where like in the past, you know, 1 or 2 would do a lot of like sponsorships and whatever, you know, but this time it seems like everyone went full force, like,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, for sure. It was crazy. Ask me if I do it again.
No.
Never.
So it's funny because after like hosting and stuff for about 5 years, I was like, I'm never doing this again. And they always still call me and I'm like, I'm not, because I can't, because you're there all day. You're there all day.
So I'm happy I got to do it and I get to check it off, you know, and I have so much respect for people that put it on, people who do it, like the ladies, you guys are amazing. For me personally, it's not like, it's not too much for me because I already have so much stuff. I'm happy that, again, I get to do it. And I think it was like but I will say I will support in any way I can, and I think they know that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, and obviously they know I do events too. So it's like if I'm on the other side, watch out.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so
Well, yeah, because you might find that your impact comes much more from like kind of the planner role versus like the contestant role. You know?
no, I wouldn't. It was just a lot. Like, I mean, it was fun. I had fun. I will say that. But like, it was just too much for me personally with all the stuff I have going on.
Yeah,
You know?
Erica did it like a couple years ago too, and she was like, "Man, what do they want?" Like it's like they keep calling me and they want this and that and all these days, and you know.
Yeah, it's like now though, it's like being home away from home. So
And you'll see around every year around this kind of Independence Day time, it all starts, like the machine starts working again. And,
Well, and it's crazy because obviously, like when I would, what I didn't realize, and was because I would show up and like they knew me, I didn't know them.
right.
So it's because whether it's my sponsorship or maybe they hired Call Christina now, and I just talk to them. But now, like I know them,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because I'm telling you, I could count them in my hands. It was you, Lem, and all the other people. I said that's it. And now it's like I know a lot of them. You know?
Yeah, and Lem, he participates, but he has like select things he likes to do.
Oh,
you know?
he's so supportive. I love
Yeah.
him. Did you see him come up to the stage?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
like was saying stuff to me. I love him so much.
Yeah.
Even when I went and I finally, because I got nominated. I didn't sign up. That
Yeah.
was the thing. And then I thought I got out of it. And then they called me back. So, and then Iman, okay, we all love Iman. Shout out to him. I gave him a hard time because I was like, hey, you've been wanting me to do this for years. And now I finally said yes. And you're not here.
I know.
But he tried to help me from afar.
Yeah,
you know?
well, he's also, because he was also doing it since the beginning too. So now he's kind of like I need a break, you know?
Yeah.
And I got things going on in the Philippines and whatever else.
Well, so I think like my role for sure, because I did, I'm obviously I love putting things together. So I did let them know like I'll help on I guess it's every 2 years or something. Or
Every
I think
year.
they switch it off.
It's every year.
Is
You'll
it?
see.
Oh,
and,
they
and
just
there's multiple events every year up to it. So you'll see. And the more you get into it, there's probably a Filipino event every month.
But I'm not joking though. I need to bring you back because there's so much more I want to like.
Yeah, let's co-host some stuff. Why not?
Yeah, like
I even had this idea that would be cool to have a few of your, maybe even Terry in. But I even wrote out all these ideas where it's like, so you're a Gen Xer, I'm a Gen Xer,
Yeah.
right? And from our generation to our parents' generation, the idea of love and relationships has totally changed. Right?
yes.
And so from a man's point of view, not hating on in a supportive way of women, but still saying like, how do we still be like the man that nowadays we don't do a lot of the maintenance anymore. We do, we don't do the construction anymore. Like, how do you still do that, but still be like,
Hey, that's a good topic.
the masculine guy?
And what we'll do, honestly, is we'll do a round table. So it's you and Terry and me
and I have
Tristan.
a few other guys that I think like have a lot of insightful input, and none of them are like woman haters because I hate those ones that are like, oh yeah, they just know what they're talking about. They're selfish, because that's just kind of a hater. It's more about like saying, hey, like what can I do to change the future or change my kids' futures and not be those, kids that needed therapy like we all did from Gen X,
Don't even get us started on that. But from the outside looking in on the pageant, Justin was saying, he's like, oh my God, you need a whole
Pageant
episode
show.
just for the pageant. And that's true. Or just for my trip. Like that was one of, I try to limit the time I'm gone, but like this trip to Italy, like we went like kind of longer than usual.
Yeah.
And there's, obviously so much to like go over with that because that's why I like to travel because I learn more things.
Yeah.
No, we'll bring you back and we'll do the round table stuff.
Yeah.
But before we cut out, tell me what you're working on.
Okay, so number one.
And don't miss anything.
September 5th.
Okay.
September 5th, Casa
We're moving
Nova.
this one.
Right, we're having our kickoff.
Okay.
5:30 to 7:30 at our office downtown in the Biltmore.
Okay.
So that's the first thing. This is Erica's baby. It's her dream, and I'm in her world, helping her.
Am I allowed to invite people?
Yes, invite
Okay.
people. We'll send it to you on the calendar.
Okay.
And then just for me, like I'm just working on digital business profiles because we're opening Costa Rica.
Mm-hmm.
We already did. It's blowing up over there, so I'm flying there at the end of this month.
What does that mean?
So opening means like, how people are becoming expats even more than ever before right now, right? So all the Latin American countries essentially have new people who are Americans who are starting businesses. And they're like, well, how does anybody find us down here? And I'm like, there's
Got
only
it.
one way.
Got it. I'll go on that trip with you. I'm not joking.
You got to be searched and then you got to be visible,
Right.
And so just setting those up as a free thing for somebody, they can do it themselves,
Yeah.
But it's better to pay me to do it.
Right. Well, no, and this guy knows his stuff.
Yeah, you'll see really soon because now I'm working with Tristan. So
yeah, and also selfishly, I'll say like immigration, DUI, family, go ahead, hire him. He's available.
Everything,
Not
yeah.
personal injury.
Yeah.
We put blood on paper.
Yeah, blood on paper.
But no, you really know your stuff. I don't know how, but like it's like a niche.
Yeah, I'm about to send
It's
you
a
this paper. It's
niche.
going to show you every little thing that's happened in your account, and it's like thousands of little entries. You'll
Yeah.
see.
What I do need to do better is asking people to actually. We've had a
Give you
tremendous
reviews.
amount of like happy customers we've helped,
Mm-hmm.
clients. So I do need to be like, hey, go put a review on.
Yeah, now, but the next step is I have to give you the review engine card.
Okay.
They'll just scan the code. It leads them right to it. It's a whole other process, but you'll be like, wow, this is genius.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So we'll invite everybody to
come
come
back.
to that Casa Nova event September 5. We'll plug it for you. You'll be back. You're going to see a lot of him actually. But yeah, thank you for making time.
All right.
And I love having you here at Connect with Christina.
Yes, and remember, call Christina now.
Now, not later. Now. Bye.